All right. Come on. Kaboom!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is Amit.
And Dominic.
It is freezing today.
It's a freezing.
Well,
Man
actually,
up.
I was in
Man
New
up,
York.
bro.
No, I was in New York this week. So hold up, check this out. I was in New York for a couple for a work thing, right? We go to this hotel. We're staying at this hotel in Westchester, right? Now, it's some world.
Oh, my
some
boy went
war
to
was
Westchester this week. His flight was delayed for hours from down there.
Bro, I got back last night. I was supposed to be back. I had my original flight, left at 8, would get me here at like 11:30. The flight I changed to left at 6, was supposed to get me here at 9. And in essence, that was delayed to leave at 7:45. And I was like, so what have I accomplished? And took literally 3+ hours to get back here from New York because of the headwinds. Like, it was just slow. So that's why I'm running. I'm trying to catch
kind of like you in a race every time we race.
For
those that don't know,
Dominic is fat.
We've raced multiple times.
We've raced twice.
No, multiple times. And I believe when we were kids, when we swam, it was the same result too in Jamaica.
Hold up, let's roll. I'll give you the race situation.
And the man likes to make fun of my bodily girth, chunkiness, if you will. This fit guy never beat me in a foot race, in a sprint.
Yeah, Dominic. Okay,
Usain Delgado over
Dominic
here.
is also a foot taller than me.
Means nothing.
It does mean stuff. No. Your leg, one step for you is like 12 steps for me.
No, I believe it. I have vague memories when we were kids swimming, little kids. I think official swim meets. I think I won too, but.
First of all, I can almost. I would bet money, not knowing the truth. There, I would bet money that your chunky ass did not beat me in swim. If it was a splash contest, maybe. Ain't no way in hell you beat me in the water, dog. Right, let's be clear on this one, dog. Easy there.
Speaking of reminiscing and memories, today's song we didn't get to. You better know this one.
Let's see.
And if you don't sing a certain part, I feel like people who don't sing a certain part should get slapped. Let's go.
Okay, let's see.
Here in the bird.
This is jam. This is the jam.
But there's one part you better sing. Right here. Woo!
That was the jam.
People don't woo. I got a problem with.
Hold up. Have your kids ever seen DuckTales?
Huh?
Have your kids ever seen it?
There was like a new version like 8 years ago. It's not the same, like drawn.
Oh yeah, I saw that. The animation was different, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. The reason I bring that back old school is because evidently in America, that's what we're fucking doing. Going back in the day, eliminating civil rights. Right. I'm sure you saw all the shit Trump's doing. Executive orders. Literally, people.
Weren't you the one who was like, man, it's all the same. Whoever's here, vote Trump. And now you're up in arms.
Fuck.
Weren't you all laissez-faire about this? It all worked out and fine and whatever. Kumbaya, only smoke a joint and chill. And now you're up in arms about things that I told you and anybody knew was going to happen.
I mean, people shed blood. People died for this. Literally fought for this. He's rolled back Lyndon B. Johnson's 1965 executive order addressing workplace discrimination. It prohibited discrimination in hiring and employment based on race, color, religion, or national origin. People think it was also sex, but 2 years later, they forgot to, women can be discriminated against too. They kind of forgot about that. So it was added 2 years later. He also did other ones, but that aren't getting as much attention. Like Billy Clinton, 94, did one addressing environmental injustice in minority populations and low-income populations. There's some other ones as well he rolled back, all having to do with this. So basically, discrimination. Woo. I mean, I feel like this is a stance. No one should be pro-discrimination. This is like,
no, but here's what's funny about this. I would go out on a limb and say that there's okay. Again, people are innately selfish. I say it all the time. I don't think people realize what this means for them. Period. right? I think if you were to ask anybody who is a pro-Trump person, they wouldn't realize the negative impact of what this means for them, because in their bubble, whatever that may be, and I'm not saying they have to be white or they could be whatever, they feel this doesn't impact them. So, meh.
Yeah.
Right.
The crazy thing is, this helped build the black middle class, and overwhelmingly slow in DC, right? Because all these federal jobs and federal contracts are out. This is just, this is crazy. And it goes, it's all part of the anti-DEI initiative, right? Which, here's the funny thing. White people for 400 years, specifically white men for 400 years, specifically straight white men the last 400 years.
I would even say straight. I would say that they were, there's no, I would say a lot of them probably weren't, but they never came out the closet for a variety of reasons. Okay.
Fair enough.
They can leave the straight part out.
Yes. Have benefited from, you know what their version of DEI is? Nepotism. Right? Or quid pro quo. Quid pro quo.
Come on, you got this. There you go.
Quid pro
but
quo.
Hold up.
This is what it's been built off of.
Why do you sound shocked /
I did not see this coming.
Really? You were that ignorant?
Yes.
So when I'm out here going, bro, we can't let this happen, stressing out or whatever else, and you're like, come on, admit with your hyperbolic stance and whatever else. This wasn't apparent and obvious to you? Seriously?
It was not.
And is it also, are you also just now realizing that people who have benefited, to your point, the white men who benefited in the past, don't see this as a corollary? Like, they don't realize that they have their own version of this?
This I know they don't realize.
No. It doesn't.
No, because no. And you know what? Probably, I'll tell you this, the masses don't realize it, because the masses think things like this, right? You could have middle class white, poor white, somebody who grew up who's filthy rich but came from nothing white, and they think to themselves, I thought I did this, right? I either went to school, started my business, or started low in a company. I worked my ass off and I earned everything I have, which is true, right? What they've never faced is discrimination. It's like white privilege. People always say white privilege. I'm not white privilege. I grew up poor. What privilege did I have? I grew up poor and now I'm rich. That's not it. It's never been a hindrance to your success. It's not saying that white people can't have the most miserable possible life there is. But it's just that your skin color has never been a hindrance to your success.
Okay, there's two things happening there. One is you ask people to be introspective and realize the benefits that are innately given to you, right? And by benefits, I mean based on societal norms. The fact that I'm not black gives me certain benefits, period, even though I'm not white, right? Regardless, right? I have a certain benefit in society in general. That's just
whether overt, subconscious, whatever it is.
Correct, right? Yes. It's there. Now, the other part of that to realize. So the fact that people don't realize that, I find interesting that you haven't realized the fact that they don't realize that it benefits them.
No, I'm saying I do. I'm saying I do realize that.
And then I would go a step further. No, that they don't realize it themselves. The introspection I just gave, saying I know I'm benefiting from certain things.
No, I know they don't. I'm saying I know they don't realize.
Okay. The other part of that too is to also realize is there is one of the whole premise. Is it
premises?
One of, yeah, I was trying to find the plural. That's why I stopped. And I was like, premises? Yeah, I didn't know. No joke. Okay,
but that anyway, sounds like the
premise.
Like property.
Premise. Yeah, because I was like, premises. I'm like, no, that's places. A property that people need to think about too in this situation is one of, okay, so in this whole election dynamic, et cetera, there was a significant back and forth about, well, even right now, the whole slogan, Make America Great Again. The again part, right? Goes back to back in the day. It was so great then. And people don't realize this, right? For a particular group, right?
Of course.
Period. Now, the reality is, how do I phrase this? I enjoyed my childhood, knowing that my childhood had a lot of things that that nowadays I can't do. So, but it was lovely and simple and easy. Meaning, like, there's a certain freedom to riding my bike around Jamaica with no phone or whatever else, and I'd make it home at some point. Ain't nobody really worried. I'd show up. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily. I don't have kids, but I'm assuming that's not the same right now. You don't go. go out, boy and girl, and come home, please, when the sun goes down. You know what I'm saying?
Girl.
I'm not putting your kids' names out there. That's what I'm saying. Either way, right? But okay, that thing's there, right? So it goes, oh, it was so great when I was a kid, right? Now, one of these things that people need to realize is the people in power, the old white men you speak of, have that same thought process when it was good when they were young. And so they want to go back to what worked for them, period. And if there's more of them in power, then that's just what they're going to go back to.
Yeah.
When it was simple, we didn't have to deal with everything from women to gays to people of color to immigrants or whatever. Immigrants worked for them. Let's go back to that, right? I'll give you a little money. You can buy a house. You're welcome. I'm helping you out, right? Everybody's living kumbaya. And everybody's living kumbaya because nobody said shit because you didn't want to rock the boat. You don't want to get your money.
Yeah.
So let's just go back and everything will be quiet.
Yeah, it's.
But the fact that you're shaking your head today versus
like,
I know people mentioned these things then.
I say it and I guess it doesn't resonate. Never underestimate the predictability of stupidity.
Correct. But I would say to you in this, you and I had a version of this conversation multiple times over the past couple of years. And I would say, I'm scared. And you're like, it's all the same. You literally said that to me on this situation.
Yeah.
This blows my mind now that none of this could have been remotely foreseen by you, a rational thinker, I would assume.
Didn't see it. I mean, I don't think some people grasp how friggin' extreme this is.
No, not some people. The great majority don't grasp how extreme this is, and the reality is
actually the good like DEI is bad again, and like they're not understanding what DEI is.
Hold up, but
right?
then
because DEI has been around forever, except it's just called white.
But this is my issue. This is my issue with Democrats, with liberal thinkers, with anybody in the situation.
Yeah,
market your shit better, man.
100%.
You own all the TV shows and all the whatever. You can't market. You're trying to tell me, which here's what bothers me significantly. One channel, Fox News channel, is able to outmarket the rest of the channels in talking points, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
No, they have other channels. OWN and American News Network.
No. What started it all?
Yeah, Fox started it all.
Okay, how many other channels out there that are getting crushed because of the way that they come off? Right? And I would also go, and I would like to believe that the younger generation is generally more liberal thinking, primarily because they've been exposed to different
thought that,
thinkers.
But you look at, it's not true.
So it was interesting too. I was just telling you, I was in the airport. So when I was flying to New York, and it bothered me. It really bothered me. I was flying to New York. I'm at the airport. I'm having coffee, whatever I was having in the morning. There was a kid sitting at the table next to me, like whatever, right there, with a black hat on, with 47 on the side, and I just saw the make part. I didn't see the full hat, and it angered me so. And it angered me so for a variety of reasons. But one of the reasons that it angered me so is never before any president, any politician, you're not rocking a hat. More so than that, kids aren't rocking the hat. I would venture to say, generally speaking, in the 80s when I grew up, in the 90s and whatever else, right? Pre-adulthood, pre-whatever. I'm not going out there going, yo, Reagan, yo, Bush, whatever. Like, it just didn't matter. I knew the president was. I just could give a crap.
I don't have anger, but I think, and I'll tell this to anybody, any friend of mine who's a Trump supporter who does it, I think it's pathetic. And not because of Trump, just to worship any person of that nature, any politician of that nature. Because people aren't even doing that.
Gets people like this reelected every time because of that pathetic nature you mentioned.
Yeah.
Right. So it's pathetic, and so whatever holier than thou position you'd like to put on that.
I'm gonna go on and go
ahead. No, I'm saying, if you assume that that's so bad and so like intrinsically small-minded or pathetic or whatever term you want to use, it's working. This is why
of course.
So from a marketing perspective, I'm like, do something better.
I think for the people who believe any politician,
correct,
disproportionately so, believing this
rapist,
clown,
rapist,
rapist, you're an idiot.
Yes,
And
rapist.
this goes out to, I'm pointing the camera. This goes out to any friends of mine. I don't care. If you believe that this man cares
Rapist.
about you and has your best, you're an idiot. This is not, there's nothing to argue. You're an idiot, right? Case in point, January 6th pardons. Police officers, any police officer out there, you support this man, you're an idiot.
True.
Because he just pardoned people, has no issues, who assaulted police officers.
But he said he was going to.
You're an idiot.
But he said he was going to.
Yes. An idiot, right? You believe that he cares about the border and wants to protect you. You're an idiot because he killed the bipartisan bill last year, about a year ago. He killed it, right? So you're an idiot for believing this.
But this goes back to my previous statement of, hey, Democrats, hey, any liberal thinker, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I'm an independent. How about we market a little better? Can we just market better? Like, seriously? You're trying to tell me all our slogans suck.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm saying ours because I believe in the premise of the slogan.
Yes, you and I are independent, but
yeah, literally, I'm literally registered independent, right? But from defund the police to DI to holding to trying to hold people to an account that is foolish, to tax the rich, the whole premise of these things, right? While I understand the greater good, be better.
But they don't market. I was just talking to my wife about this the other day. For example, most people don't realize that the tax plan under the Biden administration, that's Trump's plan, right? So the masses and the overwhelming majority of Trump supporters think, screw this, taxes, we want Trump, better taxes for us and everything, not realizing what they currently have is Trump. Market. But when Kamala and when Joe was campaigning, they don't say, hey, this is not ours. Marketing. They just say, this is what Kamala would be like, this is the plan I'm putting together.
Marketing.
Without saying, the plan you don't like now, by the way, that's Donnie's plan.
But
you
also,
don't like it.
Why don't you call the man a racist? Why don't you call the man a rapist? Because both are facts. Like, why are you being so coy? And then this happens. And the other part of it too, which I found comedic going into this, and that's why I told you I was always scared going into this, is, and I literally had this conversation with some people, luckily like-minded it'd have been an interesting conversation for me to bring up at a bar, where it was, you go, hey, this dude beat out a white woman who came from the world of politics and everybody knew her name and name recognition and so on and so forth. And then your second go around the dude, you're like, you know what? Let's put a brown woman in there and see if that works. With the assumption that would work, that would galvanize the populace, that would galvanize the racists, that would galvanize whatever. Like, the idea that people thought this would work, and this is why I was here from the start, is comedic to me. Like, think about that. Right? You said, let's put another woman, knowing full well America, forgetting color, creed, or whatever else, ain't really big on the women running shows. As evidenced by the fact that your point, they just pull back a lot of laws in that situation. Hey, women, I'll tell you when and if you can have a kid and whether or not you can't, right? So now you want a woman, you assumed a woman would win?
Yeah.
I mean, that comedic nature is ridiculous, right? Right? And Trump's not even messing with it. He'd even try to pull, a different dynamic of having a Sarah Palin type or anybody else as his running mate. Nah, I'm going to have a dude who wears eyeliner instead. So he's kind of female.
Yeah.
So you're coming at me today with, oh my God, can you believe what just happened? I feel like
here's what I can believe.
If I could slap you, I would.
Another executive order countering Biden's that the government won't renew contracts with private prisons for federal private prisons. He came in and scrapped that.
Obviously. Bro,
the hypocrisy of America. We can't have private prisons. It's the most bullshit thing. Of all the bullshit in this country, this is top 10 bullshit. Private prisons.
If you're born in the country, apparently you can't be American anymore.
Oh, yeah. Also talking about changing the 14th Amendment.
This guy, Amit, born in America. So Amit, born now, would have a bigger issue, apparently. Right? And it's funny, because I even went to my mom, and I was like, you realize the benefit that you're experiencing because I was born here, because you came to get here, he's trying to get rid of this, and you support this dude? As you realize the ignorance in this dynamic? of how selfish you are because, hey, you got what you wanted, so now you're out?
Eliminating birthright. 14th Amendment. I might as well scrap everything. Here's the thing, too. People talk about like Second Amendment. Can't get rid of it. It's part of what it, the ethos of the country. It's the Second Amendment. Well, you have no problem with him changing another amendment.
Hey, you guys are in the impression homie's going to walk away in 4 years.
Oh, somebody's putting together a bill to try give him a third term. I just
really?
saw. I didn't read about it.
Didn't think that was coming? This is what frustrates me about people.
You know what I didn't see coming? This.
You didn't see that coming either?
I did not see that coming. So for those of you that, heard some weird noise, that's me beating on my heart and,
and so
Hail Hitler.
Yeah. What's that called?
I went blank.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called right now.
The Nazi salute.
The Nazi salute.
Now, here's the thing. You have people defending and showing pictures of like Kamala doing it, Obama and Bush, other politicians. It's not the context. Every one of those videos, except one, Kamala said, "I'm talking from my heart." She put her hand on her heart and slowly put her hand out to you guys, right? No one in the history of mankind, except Nazis in Germany and neo-Nazis now, have ever done what he's done. You know why? Because it's not a natural human movement. People say, "Oh, well, he's autistic." No, that is not a natural human movement. Nobody does that. And the reason he does that is because he's watched a million videos of people doing that, because it's exactly what the neo-Nazis do. Exactly. So,
again, the fact that you're telling me this now after I brought these issues up before that you passed, the same reason Amit won't buy a Tesla, the same reason, as much good as this man could have done, I wish nothing for him now. But this is me, my person. Again, me not buying a Tesla would affect zero for him, obviously. Less than zero. I'm not a blip on the radar, and I get that. So realize I'm saying this is a personal dynamic, right? And my point is I can't support that. Just like I can't eat Chick-fil-A and certain things like that. I just can't support certain people, and certain people are shit people, right? And the reality is, and then hold up. Well, real quick, let me, before I go off track, before I forget real quick, whatever happened with, you guys were texting about Vivek. Is he no longer part of whatever this thing is called?
No, the Department of Government Efficiency.
Doge
decided to be efficient and got rid of it. No, he ran for governor. He's running for governor of Ohio.
So he dropped out on his own accord, or is he still part of Doge?
No, he's not part of Doge anymore.
Okay, because I didn't realize that. I don't know if he got ousted or if he was part of Doge or whatever else, or he just realized, hey, I'm the token Indian dude. I'm not really gonna have a say here, so I probably should leave anyway. And
but Musk, I don't know if you saw, he's been supportive of the ADF in Germany. They're the far right extremist group with neo-Nazi ideologies. They've been deemed an extremist threat by a high court in Germany, which allows the government to surveil them. That's how perceivably dangerous they are with the homophobia, with the homophobia and the Nazi ideology and the anti-immigrant stuff. This is he literally said only they can save Germany.
Again, you hold up a moron, which is Elon in the scenario, right? Well, two of them. But you hold up somebody who is, John Amici says the best. If you Google John Amici's, there's videos, there's all this kind of John Amici's take on Elon, or you put John Amici Elon. And it's very interesting the way John Amici puts it to describe him, because he's way more articulate than I am. But more so than that, by the way, John Amici, somebody you should listen to regardless. It's really, really
great.
Interesting. More so than that is, none of this should come as a surprise, as I keep saying, right? Yeah. And the reality is, I'm like, it's one of these situations now where, I mean, bro, this is week one, dog. It's about to get worse, son.
Yeah.
It's about to get really, 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 really worse. Now, the funny part is, you will have a lot of people coming out and saying things like, hey, but look at the stock market and look at how much money we made in this time. And I would go out on a limb and say, hey, if that's, and the reality is, we can put it this way, we can say, hey, if that's all you care about, then, I don't align with you anyway. But more so than that, money's been made in pretty much every presidency. So I don't need racism to make my money, is my point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? Like, straight up. Like, I don't need racism to make my money. Right? And by the way, the money that you're making, how much do these guys get on the other side? You're getting table scraps, so you feel like you're getting fed a full meal. This is the problem. right? I like it. I try to tell my, I was trying to enlighten my mother, and it didn't work. But my point was, I brought up the Uncle Tommy dynamic, right? Like that notion is what a lot of people are feeling right now. Was, hey, if they, is it aggrandize themselves or just get in the good favor of the of the powerful elite in this situation, that they too will win.
Yeah.
And in general speaking, the Uncle Tom dynamic didn't benefit anybody, right? You got to save the nice house, so to speak, but what? You didn't move up your station in life, you didn't anything like that,
Nope.
but you had that house, and that's the same dynamic here. And
Yep.
the only time the populace or anybody benefited was after you changed the power structure. Now the reality is that's not going to happen, and the other part of that too is, as I said, we are doomed to continue to repeat because America.
On a lighter note,
Yes,
I don't know if
please.
you saw in the group chat yesterday, I was on a Teams call and conference call, and we discussed this. I never go on camera. You think I'm an idiot, blah, blah, blah.
I've never said you're an idiot for other reasons. I didn't say look at that.
Oh, yeah?
You're an idiot for not seeing this coming from Trump in week one. That's why you're an idiot. That's why.
I never go on camera, right?
Mhm.
But I always use my phone so I can do other things. I can work, and I'll talk when I need to come off mute or just do other things. All of a sudden, I want to call yesterday for half hour. One guy goes, "Oh, Dominic, you're a Vikings fan." And it threw me off in the middle of the call. I realized, can you see that
Yeah.
up on the wall?
Yeah.
I realized I was in this room putting away some laundry for my son, and he said that, and it caught me completely off guard. And I looked down, and the camera is like now, like in my
Up your
nose
nose.
holes, like my double chin, like in it, right? Like,
You didn't
oh,
realize you were on
God.
camera at all, and you were just
No.
there.
And then I started freaking
Thank
out.
God you were clothed.
I started freaking out. How long was I on camera?
Yeah.
What else did I do? I feel like I went to use the bathroom.
That's what I'm saying. Thank God.
I think I did. So it's like, what? Oh, God. I started panicking.
As you should. Did you have a friend on the call that you could call later on?
No,
like,
no,
"Yo,
no,
did I do
no
anything?"
friend, no friend.
So nobody.
This is not
hoping.
none of those people I could address. Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
did you see
Did I do
anything?
anything
I
bad?
should. No, nah, can't happen.
Wow. Oh yeah, what I was saying with the New York thing. I'm in my hotel room. So New York, when I was there, it was 6 degrees when I landed. 6 degrees in the morning, high of like 14 or 17 or something like that. My room, the AC wasn't, the heater, wasn't working, Brethren. My room at nighttime was literally 58 degrees.
Get a new room.
It was a conference. This thing, we were multiple places. The new room thing wasn't there. Bridget, I slept in layers, my dude. You know what I'm saying? And I would turn the heat up to like 70 something, would go to sleep, wake up in the morning, 50 something again. I'm like, what just happened? Like, I'm wearing socks, I'm wearing everything, dude. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So cold.
Man,
so cold. Right? It was brisk and a whole different level. And then I come back today and I go out this morning and it's like 48 degrees. And I was like, all right, this feels balmy. And now I'm like, this was lovely compared to what I was just dealing with. Whole different dynamic there altogether. Ridiculous. Yeah. What else you got going on, Doug?
That is it.
All right. Oh no,
I'm just a mixed dude in a white man's world.
I mean, you're living a white woman's world. Like you, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're halfway there, guy. I mean, I shouldn't call you out. I'm kind of doing the same thing, but yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, did you watch Dune? Because I saw it on I was watching it on Max. You have You have a couple downloaded episodes of Dune, and so do I.
Dune. I thought you said Doom.
No, Dune. Dune.
The show I have not.
Yes.
The movies, yes, because the movies were. Should I watch the show?
Does
it any of the characters from the movies, or is it like a prequel?
No, all new characters. The first episode's kind of, it takes a while. It takes some getting used to, meaning trying to figure out what the plot line is and where the conflict will come from, whatever. But decently entertaining. But I'm watching it yesterday, and it is not just Dune. Star Trek does it. Star Wars does it. All of them do this. You realize in movies, they go to a foreign, like you go to whatever, planet X, and the entire planet's a frozen tundra, or the entire planet's the Caribbean and whatever else. Meanwhile, on our planet here,
It's
we
all
have
mixed
everything
up.
represented.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But their whole planet is one thing,
Yeah.
right? And they always go, man, we got to get off planet. No, let's go to the next country over there, or the next island over there, whatever else. You got to just leave the planet. Like, there's no intermediary step in the middle to hang out. Like, hey, mine is not working out for me. Let me go live in New York. Nah, I got to go to like Lexar 12 and do another planet. You know, like, what?
Lexar 12.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we in a situation where, well, yeah, why are we in that situation? Like, why is it like, oh, the entire planet is the same thing? Like, when did this become a thing? And all these shows, hey, buddy. Oh, yeah, I got a new pup. Pepper, come here. Look at this doggy. Oh, shit, Pepper. Look at this thing. Hi.
What's the name? Pepper?
Pepper. She is, okay, stop it. She's 6 months. The giant
How big
puppy.
is she going to get?
I don't know. She's 40 pounds now. It's going to, look at this thing. She is eating everything is the problem. So she's a pup.
Also, other congrats are in order. Is this public information? Should I stop talking?
No, it's fine. Hey.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I would assume so. If you're saying congrats, then yes, I would assume it. What, on the election? Like, what do you mean?
Puff is a married man.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. I am
We're so annoyed with saying the word fiance, just sped up the process.
Yes, sir. I'm without ring, so we're trying to figure that situation out. And then and then eventually figure out a fiesta or something of that nature. Them things are expensive, bruv.
They are.
These weddings is no joke.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I was looking at the maths just didn't math.
It's called the math ain't mathin'.
Bruv, it did not. I was trying to carry the one, and that did not work out. And all of a sudden, the carrying the one became a square and a cube as far as the conversation went. I was like, I can't afford this. So we'll figure out something that's affordable or economical, I would say, and make things work. All right. Well, on that note, I got to go and be productive yet again. You can go and cry about things I told you would happen and just say, hey, next time maybe I'll listen to it, but you won't. And we'll be back here again when I tell you more bad stuff is going to happen in anything. And beyond that, y'all have a good one.
Kaboom.
Take it easy, everybody.